Thank you to Hasselblad for sponsoring this video. Oh baby, it's the Dolomites. Without a doubt one of the most photogenic places on Earth. Insanely beautiful, peaceful, and unfortunately about to be disturbed by 4 idiots going on a photography road trip.
We did it! We're out here!
We made it out of the group chat!
Got all my cameras.
Oh my god, it's so heavy. I packed way too much shit. The first stop of this road trip is a spot I've been wanting to go to for a while, situated in a small town called Santa Madalena, and basically the whole reason why you want to go here is because there is a super beautiful church located in this valley, and we're now making our way there.
Yo! Wow! You guys should be seeing this.
Man's never heard of a quick release before.
Drones?
Drones?
We gotta fly some drones.
Silent scream from a story untold. In the quiet of the night, you're walking through the shadows of a world forgotten. For the unsung hero, for the battered soul. Find your way to the light.
To get on the path that leads to the church actually costs €4, which is crazy because it's literally just walking over grass for like 30 seconds. But people left and right were paying for it, which made me realize that this little grass path probably has a higher hourly wage than I will ever have. But after a quick visit to the dentist, following us deciding to bite the bullet, we were in.
Place where you belong. In the quiet of the night, you're walking through the shadows of a world forgotten. For the unsung heroes, for the battered souls. Find your way to the light.
It's glorious. Take me up there.
By the way, all of the photos I'm showing in this video are edited with my Analog Vibes Volume 2 Lightroom presets. These Lightroom presets are the best way to get that dreamy pastel film look with your digital camera. And the only reason I can continue to make these absolutely silly photography videos is because of incredible people like you who choose to support me and get some amazing tones for their photos along the way. If you want to check them out, I'm going to leave a link with a hefty discount down in the description.
LeBron James.
Bro, they're so funny.
I'm not gonna be able to use any of this audio.
Pose, animal, pose. This feels wrong. This just is not okay. But I'm gonna film him anyway.
Can I pet that dog?
Hey, yo,
Can I pet that dog?
What the dog doing? Boom.
We did it. We won gold. I feel honored.
Oh, say, can you see?
And then you finish with the German now.
German nationalism on the rise.
It's my Gulf of Mexico. It's my Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of America.
Of Mexico. It's my Gulf of Mexico.
The light was pretty difficult because it was midday and clouds were moving across the sun the whole time, so the lighting was changing a lot. But that helped me get my favorite photo of the church, where it's just illuminated by this little sliver of sunlight. Okay, let's talk about the gear I brought on this trip really quickly. For photos, I actually only brought one camera and one lens. Just a quick disclaimer, Hasselblad sent this camera over for me to test, but they didn't tell me what to say or what to do. They were basically just like, yeah, here's a really expensive camera. Do whatever, which is freaking insane. The Hasselblad 907X and CFV 100C with the XCD 55mm f2.5V. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but the most important thing you need to know is it's a 100 megapixel medium format camera that delivers crazy image quality. This is definitely the most insane camera I've ever used for photography, and this combo costs about $12,000. If you don't know Hasselblad, they are the company that made the cameras that went on the moon. Some guy said a small step for me, but a big step for mankind, and now apparently I have to follow in those footsteps. One international standardized unit of schnitzel later, we were back on the road, and after listening to Life is a Highway 17 times, we made it to a different spot that apparently had a really cool bridge. Unfortunately, the weather had completely turned and it was raining a lot, so we spent some time waiting in the parking lot for the rain to stop.
I'm joking. Wow, it's just stunning out here. It really is. I love it here. I want to stay here forever. Too bad I'm leaving on Thursday.
Are you ready? We have to go find her. Where's Lindsay? Move it in. Good work. Fist bump. Noggin. Ouchie.
I guess it wasn't meant to be.
You're not actually supposed to fly drones in the rain, but I just used my military aviation training that I had received in 2009 in Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk on the PlayStation 2 to dodge every single raindrop falling from the sky. Unfortunately, the rain wasn't letting up, and when we made it to the bridge we were looking for, we realized that the shot we had planned wasn't even possible. This big metal halo around the bridge actually perfectly frames the mountain behind it, but because of the horrible weather you couldn't even see that mountain. Also, this was a ski resort, and there's just something really depressing about a ski resort in the rain without any snow that feels like a ghost town, and you could tell it was getting to some people.
Standing under this tree because it's not raining as much there. I hate my life.
It's raining right now. My hair's wet.
Okay. So we decided to dip and drown our sorrows in hot chocolate and gelato.
Wow.
Ouch.
Riding a crazy sugar high, we had a trilingual interaction with the waiter, including broken Italian, English, and assembly machine code, and used the newfound energy to set off and find the Zella Pass. It was crazy beautiful on the way up, so we just had to pull over. It was very cold and very windy here, but the rain had finally subsided a bit.
That's amazing. tonight, but guess so. Hey! I'm gonna charge for that.
Only wearing a sweatshirt that was given
please
to me
describe
by
your
someone
outfit.
who's 4'11".
Wait, be respectful to your elderly. Ah! Oi! Such a gentleman. That's a different kind of gentleman. A funny one.
Wait, you gotta be mic'd so it's obviously planned. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, what's up?
So sorry to interrupt. I just see your camera set up. Could you just talk about the camera you have?
Oh yeah. Funny enough, I've just been mic'd up.
What's that camera?
Oh, this is the Hasselblad 907X.
Is it waterproof?
No, not at all. It's starting to pour.
Wow. What are you doing here
Wow.
today? Trying to get images?
Oh
of
yeah, I was just trying to get the camera wet.
Wow. Well, thank you for spending your time. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
Subscribe.
Drop a like.
Bro, it's raining so much.
The group chat made it out of. Wait. 1, 2, 3. The trip made it off the group chat. Woo!
I definitely want to come back here in the future for sunset. Well, technically this was sunset, you just couldn't see shit. But I'm still very happy with these dramatic shots I was able to get. We made our way home and listened to Life is a Highway another 21 times. Though I made everybody pull over every 0.75 Life is a Highway iterations when I saw something cool. Which was very fun for Isaac and me, the photographers on the trip, and less fun for Nicole and Yannick. I may not be racist, but I really enjoy defining people's worth by whether or not they're a photographer. These gas station shots turned out super cool though.
You take a photo or video?
Video.
Oh,
The next day we headed to a spot we were all really excited about. If you've ever opened Instagram just once in your life, you've probably seen this spot before, because I'm pretty sure it's the most famous lake in the entire Dolomites. But before we got there, after roughly 14 Life is a Highway listens, I once again made everybody stop along the road, because first I had peed my pants, and second the conditions were insane and I wanted to fly the drone. After listening to Life is a Highway another 11 times, we made it to Lake Bryce.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
Usually this is an insanely popular spot, and they have huge parking lots here for the crowds that probably turn up in summer. But we were doing this road trip at a very weird time. In early May, all of the ski resorts have just closed a few weeks earlier, but there still is loads of snow higher up in the mountains, meaning the summer hiking tourism hasn't really started yet. Combining that with the fact that it was a Monday and the weather wasn't really the best, it was pretty empty here, and all of the less popular spots we went to on this trip just felt like ghost towns. While I usually prefer sunny weather for my photography, I would say the conditions we got on this day were almost perfect. There were super low hanging clouds, but you could still see all of the surrounding mountains, and it just looked insanely cool.
I'm like, do not move. If you don't move, there's no probability of breaking it. So, do not move that fast. Do I look professional?
Yeah, very.
Wait, let's go and take a good shot there.
Oh, watch out with the tripod.
As I said, I'm a professional street photographer. Can I take some pictures of you?
Sure.
I'll have to charge you, I'm sorry. I'm really professional, so.
America. Welcome to America. We're right now in Massachusetts. That's right, the Berkshires. Get a big hot dog and we're gonna go watch a baseball game.
That actually sounds great.
I was just saying that I took my filter off and I was thinking you should go through life with no filter. But then that's not what my elementary school teacher said, and we ran into problems.
Wow. We unite, everything's blown to pieces. Oh, this time love will be the winner. Right in time for you and me. We hope for change. I know it's time to bleed, just waiting for the right time.
The Hasselblad CFV 100C can shoot 16-bit RAW files. If you don't know what that means, it's basically just that the files contain a crazy amount of data. And you can recover so much information, especially from the shadows. Every single photo you take with this camera is roughly 212 megabytes large, which is just completely nuts. But if you want the best possible image quality, it's definitely worth the hard drive space. The detail in these 100 megapixel files is just mind-blowing. I've never seen a photo have this much detail in my life. I usually never use a tripod because I'm just a lazy man by nature, but with the 100 megapixel sensor in this camera, you need to be really careful with any amount of shake, because it's so high resolution that even the smallest little movements can make your photos blurry. I kinda wish it had a stabilized sensor so it would be less of an issue, but I'm not sure that's even possible in this small of a camera with that large of a sensor. Also, it might limit the ability to use it as a digital back on older Hasselblad cameras. Yeah, that's right, you can use this crazy modern digital camera together with a 40-year-old fully mechanical film camera. I'm definitely gonna make a video about that soon, so make sure to subscribe. After I woke up from my photography frenzy, having taken 500 photos of the same scene, the non-photographers started to get bored, so we started walking around the lake and tried our best not to stop every 2 seconds to take a photo, which I'm very bad at.
Don't take a picture for 2 minutes. Go!
What am I gonna do with all this footage? Is there a rock underneath?
Wait, let me see if I can.
Yeah,
I can bounce.
You can bounce it off. Hey! Let's go.
It's actually impressive.
What
We
is
did it.
I'm not doing anything.
It's so satisfying. I'm doing all of it.
Shawty, it's your birthday. You wanna like this your birthday?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We did.
I call this rock sliding.
Hardly.
That's
No.
how you know that's an American.
Eh? 何が起きたんだ？ああ、またやっちゃった。この動画ふざけすぎてまたアニメの次元まや感じまった。こうなるの本当になんだよな。でももしかしてこの動画の本来に戻れば元の世界に帰れるかもしれない。
Everything's blown to pieces. All this time love will be the winner. Right in time for you and me. We hope for change. We deny. Everything's blown to pieces. All this time love will be the winner. Right in time for you and me. We hope for change. We deny. Everything's blown to pieces.
You can't get me in the photo. You can't get me in the
After we spent ages at this lake, even though we had a bunch of other spots planned, we knew we had to pick up the pace. But the time we spent here was definitely worth it, and I'm super happy with the shots I was able to get here. After listening to Life is a Highway another 6 times, we ended up at the Toblacher See. But at this point it was raining a lot. I took 2 photos here, but they weren't really anything to write home about.
Can I pay it that door? I'm gonna pay it that door. I'm scared of that door.
Wait, can you explain the plan?
Okay, this just came to me naturally from where I'm from. We could Uber to the car.
We can Uber ourselves to the
Uber to
car.
the car, take the car
No.
here.
Hello, oh, see you.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
After Yannick wolfed down 3 barely liquid hot chocolates in like 10 minutes, which then got us kicked out, we headed to the next spot, which kind of was the whole reason we drove out in this direction in the first place. So this entire area is called the 3 Peaks area because there are these 3 peaks that just tower over everything and simply look incredible. It's basically the main attraction in this area. The problem was the road to go there was still closed because of snow. But we found out there is one spot where you can actually see the 3 peaks from the valley. The only problem was the very thick cloud cover blocking any visibility. So we just ended up waiting around for a while looking at Italian brain rot in the hopes that visibility would get better at some point.
Okay, so facts, don't date a British man.
Actually,
Baby reveal. Gender reveal,
There's
not
only one more
baby
missing.
reveal. It's a human.
one more round.
It's a baby. It came out of the mother as a baby.
Fortunately, luck was on our side and the cloud slowly moved away, just barely exposing all 3 peaks for a short time so I could get a shot. I also took this photo of Isaac, which is decent. I'm glad he was decent. I had to cut out so many clips because he was naked. The fact that the highest of the 3 peaks is literally 1 meter short of being 3,000 meters tall shows the heavy German influence in this region. The Italians were probably like, 3.000 va bene. And then the Germans came in and were like, 9. You are lacking the precision. After that, it was already pretty late, so we headed to our hotel for the night. But on the way there, we drove through this valley with super low hanging clouds everywhere, and this is definitely some of the best drone footage I've ever captured.
Who would have thought?
Here we are, the schmucks.
It's so dark, can't see anything. The next morning we woke up from a hot and wild night of backing up footage from various cameras. This bed and breakfast was run by an Italian lady who not only made our beds, but also the most incredible breakfast. I wanted an iced caramel frappuccino with chocolate chips, a swirly straw, and electronic ND filters, but that wasn't really part of Duolingo Unit 1 Italian. After mainlining some herbal tea, we were all energized for the day ahead. I think we were surrounded by amazing mountains in every direction. The problem was you couldn't really see any of them. But hot girl summer is so 2016. Nothing can keep us from living our mildly attractive mixed gender group rainy spring. Unfortunately, it was raining a lot, but I only had the most expensive piece of technology I've ever touched dangling around my neck, so I wasn't too worried.
Isaac, do you think they have S-Log over there? Wait, Nicole, you know knock knock jokes, right?
Yeah?
Knock knock.
A car.
We headed to another super cool lake, but it was pouring rain. Fortunately, my 3 neurons hadn't misfired again while packing, and I actually thought of bringing an umbrella. Luckily, I also thought of bringing another tripod to hold the umbrella while I operated the camera.
You're doing great, sweetie.
For this camera, I would do anything.
Thanks to this incredible amount of planning, I was able to get this long exposure shot I'm pretty happy with. Though at this point you could tell the rain was getting to some people.
I don't have a camera in my jacket. It's natural. Isaac, how's it going?
Muy bien.
Someone help! No, we gotta shield it. We gotta shield it.
I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it.
Once again, the photographers were having an absolute blast, while the non-photographers patiently sat around. This once again shows that being a photographer just makes your life better. Yeah, we might spend all of our money on camera gear, but we're having a grand old time while doing so. The Hasselblad was honestly the perfect camera for these landscapes. The lack of a stabilized sensor is noticeable and definitely a downside, but I just can't stress enough how crazy the image quality is, and I can't wait to print some of these shots. It also just had this weird effect on me, where I think it just made me try harder, because everything you shoot with this camera just feels really important and intentional. It's a pure photography camera, no video, very minimalistic usability in hardware and software, just no distractions, and outcome images that make you want to print them at the size of a billboard. Even though the conditions weren't ideal at times, I'm very happy with the work I was able to produce on this trip. But we had one more spot to go to, so we listened to Life is a Highway one final time, parked illegally, and made our way to the final waterfall of the trip.